This is the Uditer Pixel Mini Skateboard, and while it may look like an ordinary electric skateboard, it has one thing that's different, and that is this. It is the Pixel Mini. It is actually smaller than any other electric skateboard that I've ever ridden. It is the Mini, right? So I think the whole idea behind it is it's a little more compact if you want to take it with you, and the length of it feels pretty good. I mean, it's about what my normal stance would be on a longer skateboard, but I just don't have anything in front or behind my foot. One other thing to point out is I'm a heavy guy. I'm a big, heavy guy. And this thing is supposed to carry up to 330 pounds, which is, I think, about 150 kilograms of weight. And so I've got plenty of headroom over me on that. You know, an even bigger guy could potentially ride this thing. It is fairly heavy at about 20 pounds with the battery attached. It's a little less than 20 without it and a little more with the battery attached. The battery actually is designed to have a quick release right here on the sides. And so you push these two things in and you lift up and you can pull the battery out, but it takes a little doing, but there you go. And then it's got an XT30 connector right here. If you had the spare battery, you would just pull it out, unplug it, and put it back in with the new one. It goes in very easily. It has dual 600 watt hub motors back here in the back, and they really go. They pull me along, they're pretty quiet, the brakes work well. It has 4 speed levels, it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are quite different, meaning that one is very docile and easy. Okay, this is mode 1, and I'm just gonna accelerate from standing still. Very slow. Slow and smooth. 2 is still pretty easy and docile. Still pretty gentle, but you can feel it a lot more than speed mode 1. 3 is starting to go. Yeah, definitely get you going quicker. And then 4 is actually kind of insane. I found that 4 was a little bit too much for me, so I like riding it in 3 personally. I'm a little nervous. Whoa.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I didn't give it full gas. All right, here we go. This is speed 4 with nobody on it. Wow. You can reverse its direction by pressing the power button, and when you do that, it actually gives you a little arrow, and you see the arrow was pointing to my right, now it's pointing to my left. That is basically, I think you hit it twice actually, and that makes it reverse direction. So you can see the wheels now are gonna spin that way or that way. The wheels are one of my favorite things about this skateboard. They are a little bit softer than normal skateboard wheels, a little bit thicker, and they are very, very smooth, even on a fairly bumpy road. I'm not sure what you call this surface of road. It's more like asphalt than cement. Yeah. So it's got a little bit of texture naturally to it, but this board feels really great on it. So the biggest thing that's different about this board, as I said, is this LED screen. It's fairly low resolution, but looks pretty cool when it's dark outside. This is just part of anything you can put on it. You can customize what you put on it. For example, I open up the app, and in the app, you can pick what you want it to do. So there's a series of animations that are preset, and there's a series of gallery images that are preset. So if you want little eyeballs blinking, you can hit the little eyeball button. If you love someone and you want to tell them, you can just make it say love, just like that. If you feel like you maybe love them, but you're not sure, maybe, you can put that on there. And if it's Valentine's Day and you want to go overboard, you can do that. There's probably 20, 25 little presets that you can set in here. Oh no, more than that actually. Ooh, this is a cool one. I think it's Shark Week on television, so You want to do a shark for Shark Week. And that shark is really cool, don't you think? So lots of little things you can put on. You can also add custom images to the gallery if you wanted to. And you can do these things where you can type in some text. So if you wanted to type in ready, set, drone, ready, set, draw 1. So I guess you're limited to the number of fonts you can put on it. You can change the color if you want to. You can make it red. You can make it yellow if you wanted to. Let's see, can't you? Yeah, yellow. All right, there we go. You can also go in and do settings like the brightness. So you can turn the brightness down if you want to turn it down for some reason. I've currently got it all the way up because that seems to be the most effective. You can rotate it so that it's upside down or it's right side up, depending on which way you're facing. You can hit clear screen and it'll just remove whatever's on the screen. Oh, and it just says LED. A lot of different options with the LED screen. This is the DIY picture, so I'm gonna draw something in here. I'm gonna draw a little drone. And this drone looks great. It is flying really fast. You can see it's going that way, I think. Music. Hello, everybody. It is now bouncing with my voice. Hello, hello. Yes, can you hear me? I can change to different looks as I talk. You got the clock here where you can just have it do the clock, sort of a underwater SpongeBob SquarePants motif, or a little yippy dog over here with the clock. Or if you really want to go underwater, you can do these sort of, I guess they're sort of octopuses or octopi, but they also kind of look like the characters or the bad guys from Space Invaders. Who knows? Or here, a rocket. It's blasting through space at 13:08 o'clock. Lots and lots of apps to play with. A couple of things that I saw in the FAQs that I thought were interesting. One was asking if the screen was slippery or if it was good grip because it has little LEDs in it. It is very good grip. It actually must be covered in some sort of a rubbery kind of thing because the grip is amazing on this thing. Feels like better than grip tape as far as the grip goes. And then somebody else asked if it was waterproof. It's not waterproof, meaning you could like submerge it underwater, but everything is sealed. And so you should be able to ride it on a rainy day or ride it through puddles and get it a little bit wet. As long as you're not soaking it underwater, it should be just fine. It's rated to go outside in the rain, so that shouldn't be a problem. Another viewer asked, if it runs out of battery, can you ride it like a normal skateboard? And the answer is yes. The wheels back here, while they kind of slow down a little bit, they turn. I mean, the front ones are just going to turn like a normal skateboard, right? I mean, those just go because they're got bearings in them, they're well lubricated, they're well balanced. The answer is, if you did run out of battery, you could ride it like a normal skateboard, but it's going to be heavier and a little more sluggish than a normal skateboard. So if you're riding on a flat surface or downhill, great, you can manage it. You won't have brakes, but you can manage it like a normal skateboard. If you're trying to ride it with a lot of ups and downs, going up hills, it's going to be a little harder to push uphill because it is heavier and it does have a little bit of resistance where those hub motors are in the back wheels.
Try to see if you can take it up the hill. Wow. Ooh. Is that on one or two?
That was on 3. So that's it. Let me know what you think about the Uditer skateboard in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone. Well, a little momentum makes a difference. tiny